Hey boys and girls, this is Miss Bullock, and today we're going to review the inflectional endings that we learned on Monday. And then I'm going to introduce a new ending to you. So on Monday we talked about the ending ed and ing. So let's think about what we learned about this ed ending. It tells us that something happened in the past. So that means that it already happened. It can make the sounds like d or id or t when added to the end of a word. When reading new words, I cover up this chunk, ed, stretch the base word, then I go and add the ending sound. Okay, I'm going to exit my screen so I can show you. So up here, I had the word talked. But if I don't know that word, I'm going to cover up that ending and I'm going to stretch out this word. I know the T says t. I know AL can say all. And I know the K says k. So I just stretched out that word, talk. Well, now I know that the ending ed can say d. So I'm going to try that ending first. Talked. That sounds right to me, and I'll read it in my sentence to make sure that it makes sense. Our next ending that we talked about were the letters ing. And ing tells us that something is happening right now. It sounds like the sound ing. So when we chunk it up and put it at the end of a word, we know we're going to say ing when we see ing. Same rule. When I'm reading a new word, I'm going to cover that chunk up. I'm going to stretch out the base word, and then I'm going to add the ending sound onto it. So I'm going to stretch this word again. I bet you can do it with me this time. T, all, k, talk. Now I'm going to go back and add on my ending sound. Talking. She is talking to me. Okay, I would reread it in my sentence, make sure it sounds right, and I would keep going on in my story. Now, the letter S can be added to the ends of words as an ending. In class, we have already learned about adding the letter S to the end of nouns. So let's review what we know so far. We know what nouns are. What is a noun? You answer that with me. It's a person, a place, a thing, or an animal. Now, we learned that when we add the letter S to the end of a noun, look at all these good examples over here, it can show there's more than one. So we learned that if there's more than one noun, we call it a plural noun instead of singular. Singular means there's just one. Plural means there's more than one. So same rule applies with my S. When I'm stretching a word and I don't know it and I see a tricky ending, I'm going to say, okay, I'm going to cover it up. Figure out the base word. Dog, dogs. Store, stores. Pencil, pencils. Girl, girls. Okay, so that was pretty much a review also. What is new is on this slide, and it is the ending S, but now we're going to talk about adding this S as an ending to the end of a verb. So we know what verbs are because we discussed those again on Monday. We said that verbs are action words. They're things that you can do. I bet you've heard a song about that in your classroom. Now, when S is added to the end of a verb, it shows that something is happening now. Okay, let's look at these examples. So over here I have, hold on, I moved the wrong thing. Over here I have examples of verbs. So let's read. We have walk, walks, play, plays, sleep, sleeps, writes, write, writes, like she writes in her journal. So all of these words are examples of verbs or action words with the ending S, telling us that that verb is happening now. Okay, we're going to do a verb and a noun sort together, and then your seesaw activity is going to be very similar. You're going to be doing the same thing, but with different words. So let's come down here and we're going to think, the word boys, is that a noun or a verb? You tell me. I'm going to pretend like I can hear you. You're right. Boys is a noun. What about pets? You're right. Pets are animals. They are nouns. What about runs? Like the girl runs down the street. You're right. That's an action word. It's a verb. Books. You got it. Books are things. So it's a noun. Draws. She draws in her book. That's right. It's a verb. Sings is something you can do. Coats. Like there are a lot of coats left on the playground. That's right. It's a noun. And then reads, like she reads her book to her mom and dad. You got it. It's a verb. So let's review very quickly. Over here we have our nouns. They do have the letter S as an ending. But on a noun, it shows that our noun is more than one. It's plural. On this side, we have examples of verbs. Verbs are things that you can do. And we have the ending S added to the end of our verb, showing that it's happening now. You guys are super smart. Now, when you finish this video, your job is to go to Seesaw, and you are going to be completing the activity that's named sort, or here we go, here's our name, noun and verb sort with the S ending. And you're going to be doing the same thing. You're going to be sorting your plural nouns over here, sorting your verbs over here. And then we would like for you to record yourself reading those new words so that you make sure you add the ending S sound with it. And then you're going to submit it to your teacher.